Hello and welcome to this bonus episode of the Gazette's Hockey Inside Out show. I'm Stu Cowan of the Gazette, and I'm joined by former Canadiens teammates and 1986 Stanley Cup champions Rick Green and Chris Nilan. One of the really sad parts or the devastating parts of the playoffs was what happened to your former teammate, Claude Lemieux, who died by suicide only 3 days after carrying the torch into the Bell Center for Game 3 against the Hurricanes. Just Rick and then Knuckles, just your memories of Claude as a teammate and a person.
Just such a painful story that little did we think that something like this would play out the way it did. And my feelings go out to him and his family and everything that comes with something like that. And it just shows you how fragile life can be sometimes, and making sure, unlike from our years where it was showing weakness when you said you have problems mentally, if you have problems, make sure that you look for help. And it's really gut-wrenching and painful, and I really I have a hard time with it.
I know you have your check on your teammate's T-shirt on there, Knuckles. When you saw Claude on the night you carried the torch, just your thoughts on Claude.
Yeah, you know, listen, I had the opportunity to sit with him and his two sons, Chris and Mike, before the game, and he was talking to me about, you know, how is it bringing the torch on? I said, it's unbelievable. It's emotional. For me to be asked, it was an honor. And, you know, I said that, you know, the place is going to go nuts when they see it. The roof's going to come off the place. He was so happy, big hug. It was great to see him. Claude, you know, when I think back to the beginning, when he came in, and like any guy, you're immature when you come in. You got to mature, and Claude certainly made his way as a player and had such a big impact in '86 as a rookie, second in Conn Smythe. You know, it was so important to us that year. Incredible what he did. And then later in life, you know, living on the other side of the border, picking up the English language better, very articulate, smart kid. He did really well. Like, and you know, it's really tough to check on your teammates, especially when they're silent. When people suffer in silence, like, you know, you hear about all the time. People don't open up. And a lot of times, checking on your teammates means taking some risk and really trying to open someone up who you may feel is struggling, whether it's, you know, a teammate, a family member, a coworker, a friend. You know, you kind of have a good idea if someone's struggling. Claude, from what I saw and what I heard come out of his mouth, you would never know he had any struggles. So to take that risk, what am I going to say? Like, no, how do you, like, he just seemed so good. He sounded good. He looked great. Yeah, it's so sad when, you know, they asking for help, probably one of the most difficult things a person can do, but it's also one of the most courageous, strongest things a person can do for themselves. And yeah, it's so sad. It's so sad. Just a lot of great memories of 1986 when I think of Claude Lemieux. And then beyond that, what he did with his life, you know, certainly it was really cool, but so sad to see what happened to him at the end.
Yeah. Devastating and shocking news. Our condolences, deepest condolences go out to Lemieux's wife and children. Anyway, that's it for this bonus episode. We'll have one more bonus episode coming up over the next couple of days, so you can look for that. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out YouTube channel. And in case you already didn't already know, you can also get Hockey Inside Out now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.